Hi there, it's Connie Ray. Welcome to ConnieRaysCraftRoom.com. Today's crafty share is going to be these gorgeous little party favours that I have created. You can fit 2 lint balls inside this little box. So they do make really pretty party favours. Sorry, a bit stale there. Now I finished these in 2 different looks. I wasn't quite sure which ribbon. One is new in the new holiday catalogue and the other one is in the annual catalogue. This one is the black satin ribbon, which is this one here, which is absolutely gorgeous because I liked that kind of royal, regal, formal finish, and you can use that. Or this is going to be in the new holiday catalogue, available on the 5th of September for everybody. And this is really pretty. Look at that. Isn't it gorgeous? And that gives another kind of finish. And I really couldn't make up my mind about the type of finish I wanted on my ribbon. So I think it's really entirely up to you how you go about it. But I really like the finish per se. The other thing that makes this little box really pretty is I have used Whisper White thick cardstock, and another product that is going to be available in the new Christmas catalogue or holiday catalogue is going to be this Frost White all-purpose ink. And what it is it's got a little ball in it so you can mix it up, and it's like an ink version of shimmer. So basically you're using a dauber, and you're actually, well, I use a dauber. I'm using this and I just dip it in the lid and then I go around, and I'll show you exactly how I've achieved that on this particular project. But these are in the new catalogue, and there's copper, there is Frost White, which is this one, there is gold, and there's another colour. Copper, gold, Frost White, and champagne. That's the other colour. And now they're in the holiday catalogue, so that means that they're only going to be available in the holiday catalogue. But I do hope they carry them over in the annual catalogue because these are gorgeous. Really, really pretty. I'll be using this in a lot more projects, I can assure you. And hopefully, if they're not going to carry it over, I'm going to be buying a few to keep stock of because they are pretty. The finish is like this. It's really, you don't sort of like see the finish unless you compare it to, like this is the Whisper White, and this is the shimmer that you get using it. So you get this gorgeous shimmer on the actual boxes themselves. But I'll show you how I've done that. Now, what was I going to say? Oh yes, the other thing that I've used to get this pattern here, which is this gorgeous embossed pattern, after I've added the shimmer, it stands out beautifully, doesn't it? Really pretty. This is going to be, this is done using the Tin Tile Dynamic Texture Impressions embossing folder. So that's the embossing folder that picture probably doesn't do it any justice because it doesn't really show some of the actual pictures per se, or the imprint as lovely as it does here. See how you can see that? Looks really pretty, doesn't it? So using that onto my cardstock and then using the shimmer, the ink, the Frost White ink, it's a beautiful party favour, absolutely beautiful. So that's in the new catalogue as well, holiday catalogue, and that'll be available on the 5th as well. So everything will be available on the 5th. I have, for the tag, I've done 2 different types of tags here. I have used just these tiny little tags because I really wanted the box to stand out. I didn't want to inundate it with lots of things. I wanted you to be able to see the print on the box. I've done it with this Seasoned with Kindness, and I've used the Thanks little tag here. It's a tiny, tiny little tag. It's that big. There it is there. So I've just stamped that and cut it out, and I've done one I've stuck on and one I've actually tied on with a bit of thread. So how you finish is really up to you. So that's the other product you're going to need, or you can use any little tag that you've got that you can stick on. The tag really, it's really just the box itself and how I obtained that particular style. So I'll show you how I've done that. Moving right along. You'll need a piece of Whisper White thick cardstock, which is 6 by 6. And you're going to need your envelope punch board to do this, which is this one here. So when you have cut your 6 by 6, this is the actual project itself is really quite easy. And I think I saw this on Pinterest, this particular box, using the board. If I didn't see it there, I may have seen it on Pootles. I'm not really sure, but it's a very common little box for this envelope punch board, so it's quite easy to do. So we'll just take out a little score tool, and what we're going to do is get the 6 by 6 and we're going to take it to the 1.5 mark, which is here, and we're going to punch and we're going to score down the line there. Then we're going to take it up to the 4. which is here. And we're going to punch, and we're going to score. Then we're going to turn it around, and we're going to go back to the score lines that we've just created, so that you don't need to use this part anymore. That's completely obsolete now. We're going to use the score lines that we've created. So we're going to punch, and we're going to score. Move up to the next score line, because we're putting 2 on each side. Punch and score. And that's the same all the way around now. Punch and score. Very easy box to make. Punch and score. Oh, I don't know if that's scored quite here. There we go. Do that again just to be sure. And then punch and score again. Oh, did I score that? I didn't. No, see, there you go. You've got to be careful. Moving right along, go back and score. Punch and score. Go here to this line. Punch and score. And we are done. So you can probably see the lines there that we've scored in. Let me just see. There you go. So we'll take this out of the way. You don't need this anymore. Like I said, it's a very easy box to do. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to, before we do anything, you might like to just make sure your lines are pretty prominent. Don't press them down too much, because we are going to emboss it and I don't want it to crack. And you will, if you push it through too many times, you might end up with a little bit of a crack in the paper. And there is one there, but to me it just reminds me of this old tin tile kind of look anyway. But you don't really want to achieve that. So basically you're just gently going to make sure the lines are there, because once we emboss it, you won't be able to see the lines as much, but you'll know where they are. So then we're going to grab our embossing folder, which is the perfect size, which is 15 something. I can't remember exactly what the size is, but it does take a piece of 6x6 paper or cardstock, whichever you choose, perfectly, like that. And we're going to put it through our embossing machine. So we will run off and put that through the embossing machine, and we'll come back with this gorgeous impression. Won't be a second. Okay, so here is my version of the embossed box. Isn't it gorgeous? So the next thing that I did was I applied, and I'll bring out a piece of scratch paper here so I don't get it everywhere, because I have already gotten it everywhere. I even got it on my nails. It actually kind of looks good. So we're going to give this a good shake, just so the pigment mixes up. And then all I've done is just use my Dolga like this, and I've just used it into the lid, and just going around the areas all over the top of this embossing. It just looks beautiful. It just makes it, so you can see how it's coming shiny already. It just looks gorgeous. They make perfect little wedding favours this way. They just look gorgeous. Love this stuff. So, and then I just, because I tend to get messy, so just try not to get too messy, which is almost impossible, isn't it, when we're crafting? It's like, look out, we're going to make a mess. So you're going to be doing all of this. So I'll just put you on hold while I do this. As you can see, I've almost finished, and I just wanted to show you the difference. You can see the shine there, which is really lovely, isn't it? And this part here obviously isn't done yet, but you can see how it just brings out this gorgeous luster on the box, or the part that you've embossed, or whatever you want to put it on. So I'll just finish this off now. It's so pretty. And it doesn't take long to dry, which is good. If you wanted to, you can just use your heat tool just to dry it off completely, I suppose, if you're worried about it. And it does say that you can use this on, I think it said you can use it on fabric. For fabric, iron designed to cure the ink. Yeah, how cool is that? So who knows what projects you could come up with. Sounds interesting. I have to muck around with it a bit more. Okay, so that is my box in terms of colouring and style. That's the completed look that I want, so that's all good. And yes, you'll get it all over your hands. It's okay. You've got to get crafting all over your hands, haven't you? That's just the way it is. So with that done, we've got two larger triangles, and 2 smaller triangles. So we're going to get the larger ones facing us, and we're going to be just going up the sides of the box, one that way, and the same on the other side. Your lines are still there, even though the impression folder kind of takes them out and doesn't make them as obvious, but you will be able to see that they're still there. Turn it around and do it on the other side. So that you've got your box coming into shape like so. So that's pretty easy. Okay, now what we want to do is we want to close up our box, and we want to put these little tabs in, and then we want to put these in, fold the box over. Whoop, no, I haven't done it right. Yes, I have, sorry. Fold it over. So we're going to put those tabs up, then we're going to put these tabs down, and then we're going to put these tabs down, fold it over, and it's going to fold in to the box, and I'll show you how that works. What I found to be the best, I find that once you've done this gorgeous colouring with the ink, the sticking of it can be a little bit tricky, so I would use tape, and I would use it on the side, instead of the sides, these sides that you're going to stick like that onto the box, instead of like that, I'm putting the tape on this side, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So this is going to go up like that, and it's going to be sticking on the side like that and like that. So I'm putting the tape on this side of the box, the front of it, just to make sure it sticks really well. And it's not going on the painted side or the inked side. It's just going to go on to the plain white side. And my pick, where is that? There it is. So you can probably put a couple of strips there if you really wanted to. I might just do that just to be sure. Just to make sure it stays. There we go. It's always a bit hard to get this off, but keep persisting, it'll work, as they say. Okay, so we're going to bring that up onto this side, like so. We're just going to make the box up, and the same with this side. Just bring it off and square it perfectly, like that. We are then going to do the next bit. So it's really just a matter of popping that up. Then we're going to turn it and pop these ones in. So we're going to put another couple of strips on here. Probably not as many because it is one of the small ones, I think. Maybe not. Just on the edges. So we're going to, yeah. And we would just bring this little piece off. This little piece off. Oh, fingers and thumbs. Okay, so we're going to bring that one up to meet the two sides, like this. Now they won't come together like the opposite sides. They will actually probably be a bit smaller, which is fine in terms of you'll have this little gap. Just there's a little gap where that joins, and that's quite all right because that's how it's supposed to be. They won't quite come together, but it's all good, like that. And then you fold down the two flaps there, and this bit folds into the box like so. It's not quite folded over. And this bit just folds in like that. And there you go. One really cute little favour box. Sorry, I'm just making sure that it's stuck. I might just open that up a bit, make sure it doesn't look like it's, you might need a little bit more tape. Make sure you put plenty of tape on it Yeah, that one's, I'm going to put some more tape on that one because it is sticking to the inked side. So you might just need a little bit more durability on it because it is, but it does work. And once you've got the ribbon round, it'll hold as well. So don't have any worries about that. But it's certainly worth it. Okay. You can also probably use a glue dot too. The glue dot will probably work well. Got sticky stuff all over me now. Okay. Don't want to rub too much because you'll rub out your embossing. And this one. That is the problem with using tape, isn't it? It's sort of like, doesn't want to cooperate. Okay, so we'll bring that up again. That one and that one. Yeah, that's better. We just need a little bit more tape on that to hold it so that when it comes over it closes quite. Yep, that's beautiful. All right, done. So there you go. Isn't that cute? It is so pretty. So pretty. All right, so then we've just got our embellishing. So we can use the black ribbon or the, I'm not sure. We'll use this ribbon, the new one from the new catalogue, which is going to be glittered organdy. Sounds gorgeous. Well, it is gorgeous, isn't it? Look at it. So we're just going to tie a knot because there's no point. You don't want to, I wanted to make sure you could see the actual impression on the box. So when I did it, I just wanted to make sure that it was viewable, if that makes sense. And I didn't want to I didn't want it to be taken up by a bow or a tag. I just wanted it to be seen, if that makes sense. So there you go. That's that. Look, some of the glitter comes off. It's really cute. Okay, and the next thing we want to just pop on is the little tag. So there's two ways that I did this. I have pre-stamped these tags already. So you can either, what I did with one of the boxes, where have I put them? This one I cut out the little tag, cut around the edges. And this one, or did I? Yes, I did. I cut around the edges, but the other thing you can do is you can also just pop it on like that. You know, or you can just go around the edges with the what's left of the shimmer on the little sponge and shine that up as well. It's entirely up to you, but whatever works for you. I'm not sure which one I like the most, actually. I don't mind them because they're just little tags. They're not really big, so they work either way. But if you wanted to, we will cut round the little tag. Oh my gosh, I think I can hear rain. They said it was going to rain all weekend here in Sydney, Australia. And I think they were right, because I can hear it. And my dog, she hates the rain. Absolutely hates it. Okay, so the other thing you might want to do is just use a little black pen and go around the edges of your little tag so that you don't see the whites there. And I can do this if I use some ink. I haven't got any of my, I'll use this ink here. So I'll just stamp it on the edges so that we don't show any of the white because it looks a bit funny. But you can use a pen or you can use an ink pad just like this. There you go. Like that. And crash. And I think I just used a glue dot, or actually we might use a little dimensional. Okay. There we go. And we'll just pop that on the box. I'd like to see them in a few different colours too, because this, just pop it under the ribbon as such. And there you go. Yes, I'd like to see them in a few other colour options too, because I think that, you know, like a nice blue with the sponge on it and the embossing on it, I think that'd look nice too. So I don't know. I have to experiment a bit more, I think, because I really love that shimmer paint. Ink, I should say. It's absolutely beautiful. So there you go. That's the project. It is actually really lovely to do, really enjoyable, and you get some really nice finishes on it. So you can pop your tag on whichever way you feel is appropriate for your function, I should say. So, and you can use whichever ribbon you like as well. So I'm not sure. I like this one too, because I like that formal kind of looking thing happening. So that's really nice. But then I like these as well because they've got that gorgeous glittery look and they go really well with the actual ink. So yeah. All right, so most of these products will be available from the 5th of September, which is not too many sleeps away, but you will have to wait a little bit, but it's certainly worth it. Definitely going to get some of this one. I'm going to have to get some more. And that embossing folder is really good. It's great size because if you want to do a 6x6 project, it works perfectly with this kind of thing. So that's another bonus. So thank you very much for joining me. And I look forward to seeing you soon in another tutorial, which may be sooner or later. I'm not really quite sure. Thanks for joining me. Take care and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.